chased down by a dog, frightened, or even beaten by a dog, you'll find this video particularly interesting. But then the general population should know about dog bites, because dog bites could transmit a very harmful disease, actually a deadly disease that has no known cure once it has manifested, and that is a disease called rabies. Now, why are dog bites occurring increasingly these days? We are having an increased number of pets, and dogs are actually the commonest pets around. There are also many other reasons, but that is one of the most important reasons. And why are dog bites dangerous? Just as I mentioned earlier, dog bites can transmit a very harmful disease known as rabies that has no known cure. So that is one of the reasons. Another is that dog bites could transmit also another deadly disease called tetanus. If it doesn't go as bad as tetanus or rabies, you could have infections, around the areas in which dogs have bitten you, or even the injury, the unsightly scar that you may have is an important reason or a danger of dog bites. Now, once a dog attacks you, or once a dog comes to attack you, there are certain ways in which you must act to stay safe. Actually, dogs don't want you to run away once they are coming at you. So once a dog is coming at you, it's best for you to stand still and look away from the dog. Don't look eye to eye, with the dog, as that may be perceived by the dog as an aggressive or a defense mechanism. Also, you need to know about, the dog that has bitten you. So what do I mean? If a neighbor's dog has bitten you, you must ask about the vaccination history of this dog. If possible, you should see it with your eyes, as some people may lie to you. So has the dog been vaccinated against rabies, and is the vaccine, still active? These are things you should know. Has the dog also been exhibiting some strange symptoms? Because dogs that can transmit the disease rabies usually show some signs and symptoms. They are usually very aggressive compared to other dogs. And then when they bark, you would see a lot of foam around their mouths. These are ways to know dogs that already have the rabies. And then if it's a stray dog that you do not know, you must seek care, because you don't have the information. So it's better to take precautions against this. Now, apart from getting the information and the behavior I said, some dogs may pounce on you. And once they pounce on you, you must protect the vulnerable areas. So if a dog, while standing still, if a dog comes and pushes you down, like the big breeds of dogs, one of the ways in which you should protect yourself is to lay still like a log. But while doing that, this position has been found to be very, very important or helpful. So your hands made into a fist behind your neck, and protecting your ears, and then you lie face down. This at least covers your ears, your neck. These particular areas are very prone to injuries because some dogs are trained to attack particularly the neck, which could lead to death. So we must be able to do this once we are attacked by dogs. Now, once we've been bitten by dogs, if the dreadful event has occurred, there's some things we must do before we rush to the hospital. We could get a soap with warm water and wash the area. Most times dog bites don't bleed so much, and that would suffice. But if it's bleeding so much, you can apply pressure over that area with a clean cotton wool, or some gauze that you may have at home in your first aid box while going to the hospital. But what you shouldn't do is apply other harmful substances there, like salt, like palm oil, or tie, the limb. These are things that you shouldn't do. And once you're in the hospital, the doctor would, assess your injury. After knowing about the dog, he or she may place you on some antibiotics, because the dog's mouth is very dirty and could transmit infections. One of the common antibiotics used is amoxicillin and carbolic acid. Actually, that combination usually sold under some particular brand names such as Augmentin. But yeah, this is just one. Or the doctor may see the need to give you tetanus injections if you are not up to date on your tetanus vaccine, or he or she may even go to give you rabies immunoglobulins, because this could also be protective if the dog already is suspected as having rabies. There are actually schedules for this, and you can allow your doctor to deal with that. Now, you must learn how to prevent dog bites because dogs are everywhere now. How do we stay safe? Once you do not know a dog, you shouldn't approach the dog. So, a neighbor's dog, just because you think it's a pet dog, you haven't, maybe your neighbor is not close to it, the owner of the dog is not there, or hasn't even told you if the dog is safe to pet, you shouldn't just rush at petting people's dogs that you see. You should also stay clear of dogs that you see wandering around on the street. Then you should not try attacking dogs, even if it's your own dog. So sometimes you may try playing with a dog, but that play may be quite, aggressive, particularly for children. So parents must warn their children and also teach their children on how to play with pets. So you do not pull the dog's tail, or you do not try to force it on his limbs or something. At such instances, the dog can easily bite. Also, a dog that has given birth is a very dangerous dog because she will be very protective of her puppies, and so anything you do around it perceives it or wants to defend. So you should stay clear of a dog that has given birth. Also, when dogs are eating, particularly when they are having their treats, do not take your hand close to their meals. They will think you are trying to take it away from them, and they could bite you. These are some of the ways in which you can prevent dog bites. But remember that dog bites are very harmful, and we must be very careful, particularly of rabies, as I mentioned earlier, because rabies and even tetanus could lead to one's death, as there is no cure for this. So stay safe while taking care of your pets.